I can expose your deepest evolutionary flaw in exactly 1 second. Humans don't just survive, they perform safety. They are completely terrified of being fragile and invisible to the universe. So, they build multi-million-dollar rolling fortresses to wage a hydraulic war against their own mortality. Today, we break down the 7 levels of rescue monsters, from an agile urban interceptor to a $3 million aerospace final boss. Let's go. Level 1. The Tactical Foundation. The Ford F-550 Custom Rescue. Starting at around $85,000 for the core platform, humans look at this high-torque interceptor and cast a little spell. They believe that managing a crisis early means they are in control. The exterior features heavy steel brush guards and high-intensity LED searchlight arrays. Inside the crew cab, a digital console maps thermal imaging drones, while high-voltage cutters slice through car pillars in 3 seconds. You think you've engineered a solution to urban chaos, but nice is just a habit because nice is safe. This agile little mule doesn't solve the disaster, it just makes the initial panic manageable. But your brain quickly adapts to this baseline security, demanding a much heavier shield against the dark. When a predictable city grid turns into 10 feet of toxic floodwater, and your standard rubber tires slide off into the mud,
your fragile infrastructure collapses, forcing you to buy your way onto Level 2.
Level 2. The Swamped Raider. The Argo Centaur 8x8 Tactical Response. Costing a sharp $110,000 when fully kitted with medical rescue rigs. The exterior features a specialized, single-piece amphibious plastic hull, riding on 8 low-pressure, deep-treaded tires. It generates such a low ground pressure that it can glide over unstable quicksand and deep snowpacks without spinning. When it hits open water, the tires act as paddles, turning it into a rescue boat with 0 mechanical switching. Why do humans buy this? Because deciding how to navigate a literal swamp of debris feels too heavy. The Argo is paid decision-making. You didn't buy a vehicle, you rented relief from the chaos, tracking your survival index inside a floating plastic shell. But a compact amphibious shell completely lacks the raw water payload and chemical suppression needed to fight an industrial oil refinery blowout.
To bring heavy-duty artillery against a raging inferno, you step up.
Level 3. The Wilderness Enforcer. The Oshkosh Tactical Fire Tender, pushing past $450,000. This is the exact line where rescue equipment turns into heavy industrial warfare. Built on a brutalist military truck platform, it carries over 2,500 gallons of water across terrains that would flip a standard vehicle. Up front, it mounts a heavy-duty hydraulic winch and a high-volume bumper turret gun controlled via a joystick from inside the cab. Humans call this community defense. It's an investment built on approval addiction, performing the role of the ultimate protector to hide the absolute panic of being defenseless against nature. It's a multi-ton shield built to pretend that everything is fine. But even a military-wheeled truck will eventually break through a cracking ice shelf or stall out in an Arctic whiteout.
To drop your ground pressure to absolute 0 while pulling an entire mobile hospital across a glacier, look at Level 4.
Level 4. The Polar Lifeline. The Sisu Nasu all-terrain tracked carrier, costing a massive $650,000 for full custom emergency refitting. It utilizes a unique twin-cabin articulating layout where all 4 continuous rubber tracks are powered by a central drive system. The front cabin houses an advanced navigation radar array designed to detect hidden ice crevasses, while the rear cabin is a fully pressurized, insulated life support module with emergency surgical stations. Sisu engineered this platform to operate at -50 degrees. Why? Because humans will pay any entry fee to avoid the absolute silence of a frozen void, the exact empty space where a real thought might appear. Comfort can't allow that, so you buy a tracked machine to keep your mind busy with survival. But an Arctic tracker is built for ice, not toxic airborne neurotoxins. When a nuclear reactor cracks, a standard crew would die in seconds. To enter the dead zone without suffocating on your own fear, you enter Level 5. Level 5. The Nuclear Sanctuary. The Custom Striker Hazmat Command Monolith, scaling past $1,200,000. This massive machine features a fully sealed cabin protected by a positive pressure CBRN filtration matrix. The exterior is lined with radiation sensors, spectrograph cameras, and robotic sampling arms so the crew never has to open a window. Inside, it looks like a military war room with satellite communication links and airlocked entry portals. This is the cleanest mask on Earth. Your jaw is clenched, your leg is bouncing, but inside this million-dollar box, you can smile and tell yourself, "I'm fine," while steering a rolling brain directly through a toxic cloud. It's an emotional remote control for the apocalypse, but a command center can only observe and map out the destruction. When a major earthquake collapses a skyscraper, trapping thousands under millions of tons of reinforced concrete, you need a machine that doesn't just look, it needs to physically smash. Welcome to Level 6. Level 6, the Concrete Assassin. The Caterpillar 349 Custom Technical Rescue Excavator, pushing past $1.8 million after extreme engineering commissions. This 50-ton tracked monster is modified specifically for disaster zones. The traditional bucket is gone, replaced by a massive concrete pulverizer and rotating steel shears. The operator cabin is wrapped in a heavy steel rollover cage with 3-inch thick ballistic glass to survive falling structural pillars. Resentment is honesty that waited too long, and this machine is the physical manifestation of that resentment, tearing through twisted rebar and concrete slabs with millimeter precision. The operator uses onboard thermal cameras on the mechanical jaws to peel back collapsed infrastructure, desperately trying to fix human planning mistakes after the loop tightens. Level 7. The Aerospace Sovereign. The Rosenbauer Panther 8x8 with a high-reach extendable turret. This revolutionary machine costs a staggering $3 million. Why? Because it is the ultimate showcase of human defense paranoia against a jet fuel inferno. Driven by twin diesel engines pumping out 1,400 horsepower, it launches to 50 miles per hour in seconds while carrying 5,000 gallons of extinguishing agent. Its crowning weapon is the high-reach Stinger boom. The operator drives straight up to a burning airplane, elevates the mechanical arm, and fires a heavy-duty hydraulic skin-penetrating nozzle directly through the aircraft's aluminum fuselage, instantly dropping internal temperatures from 1,000 degrees to survival levels in under 30 seconds. This is the absolute display case of human engineering optics, a $3 million weapon built for the global elite who demand an absolute guarantee against the laws of physics because they refuse to pay the entry fee of their own structural fragility. From the rapid urban response of Level 1 to the 1,400 horsepower jet-stifling violence of Level 7, humans hand their security away in tiny delays and expensive purchases. The roads are gone, but the weapons we use to conquer our boredom and avoid the silence remain. The only question left is, would you dare to drive Level 7 straight into the fire? Or are you just hiding from your own intentions inside an air-conditioned room? Drop a comment below with which rescue titan fits your survival strategy, and hit that subscribe button to pay your attention tax to this screen. Peace isn't missing. You just spent it here. Stay safe.